Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would try vlogging again today. I have a lot to get done in my kitchen today. I have had kind of a crazy couple weeks and my kitchen is a disaster, so I thought we would do a little clean with me and get it done. And then also I bought a bunch of fruit yesterday I need to prep, so I thought after that maybe we could prep some fruit. And then also I thought I might show you my no mow backyard here at the end of the video. And let's talk about that a little bit at the end of the video. So anyways, if any of that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll stick around. Maybe subscribe to my channel, like the video, it helps me out. Let's go ahead and get into today's craziness of the day. All right, so this is quite embarrassing, but I'm gonna give you a preview of my kitchen. This is all my dirty dishes from the last 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, I know, it's embarrassing. This is from my coffee maker. Sorry, I do drip coffee, that's so gross. And yeah, it's just a massive mess in here. You can see it's already late in the day, and we're gonna just get it done. Alistair, say hi. That's my son. And then, yeah, the fruit we're gonna prep, some towels we need to fold back there, and let's go ahead and let's get it started. Starting out with some coffee here, and yes, I am unfortunately throwing this oat milk carton away. Our area just recently stopped taking that for recycling. It's really disappointing. So anyways, now that I've got my coffee and water, I'm just gonna go around and pick things up, put away a few dishes that were sitting out that had been hand washed the other day, and then just kind of get a layout of the land and figure out where I really want to start working on stuff. Teenager has been in charge of putting the dishes away and has kind of thrown things just haphazardly in the cupboard, so I'm just kind of rearranging stuff how it should be organized, and then I'm cleaning out this flower vase from the other day that my mom had brought me flowers for Mother's Day. They lasted a really long time, like 3 weeks, but finally getting rid of those and cleaning out the vase. And then also, as I'm picking things up, I found a bit of recycling, and when I went to put the recycling in, I realized that it was a mess under the recycling cabinet. So of course, as it goes, I got distracted with cleaning underneath the cabinet, and then I'm going back and getting into picking things up again after I've gotten that cleaned up. So we ran out of cleaner and I'm just mixing a new bottle of cleaner here. This is the Grove cleaner I get at Target. It's a concentrate and I just add it to this old spray bottle and then add water and it works perfectly, and the container it comes in is glass and is recyclable, so I really enjoy that part of it. So once I've got the counters and the table wiped off, I decided I'll go ahead and fold the towels because I knew I was going to need some of the towels for cleaning today. So I'm just folding towels. Laundry is an endless job, but you know, somebody's got to do it. So anyways, and of course my cat loves to be around me and sit in her bowl and watch me fold the laundry. While I was folding the towels, my partner was loading the dishwasher, and then I'm coming over here to hand wash dishes, which took me a really long time. Does anyone have an excessive amount of water bottles? I feel like I am always like paring them down and somehow they just reappear. They're like stuffed animals. They just always replicate themselves. I don't know how, but anyways, so after I've washed about 100 water bottles, I'm washing my knives and plastics and the things I don't like to put in the dishwasher. And now that I'm done hand washing the dishes that I don't want to put in the dishwasher, there's still a few left here that I am going to put in the dishwasher later for another load. But I had a few things that had sticky stuff on them, so I'm removing them here with some orange oil. As you'll see, it works really easily. I'm just let it soak for a minute while I wash my cast iron. My cast iron, I just have a stiff brush and water that I wash it with, and then I stick it in the oven on 250 to dry for about 10 minutes so that it doesn't rust. And then next I'll move on to cleaning the sliding glass door. The camera doesn't pick up how dirty it was very well at all. I should have done a close-up shot. I didn't realize. But hey, I guess that's part of learning as I'm learning to film here as I'm building my channel. But yeah, so getting it all clean and inside and out. Next, I'm moving on to cleaning up underneath the bench on our table. This is where we have our cat's feeding area. And not only is my teenager and 6-year-old in charge of feeding the cats, so they make a mess, but my one cat is the messiest eater that's ever existed and always throws her food while she's eating it. So it's a huge mess under here. And I also haven't pulled the bench out in a while and really given it a good vacuum, so you'll see me do that. And also some stains on this bench, so I'm just spraying it down with some cleaner. I use the Nature's Miracle spray. Sometimes I use Kids and Pet as well, just depends on what they have in the store I'm shopping at that day. Anyways, yeah, getting it all clean. Now that I've got that done, we can move on to one of the final tasks, getting the dishwasher unloaded and the hand wash dishes put away. And of course, when I'm putting things away, I find more messes and have to clean them up, like the crumbs that have fallen into the silverware drawer. So I'm cleaning that up as well as I go. Once I've got the dishes put away, my partner went ahead and loaded the rest of the dirty dishes off the counter, and I'm going ahead and wiping the counter off, cleaning out the toaster, and wiping down the dishwasher front. Off camera here, my teenager wiped down all of the cupboards for me and the stove hood. Finally almost done as I'm vacuuming the floor. This vacuum I have has a hardwood floor setting, so that's really nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick mop. I use a Swiffer sweeper mop with these reusable Swiffer sweeper heads, which I purchased. I can't remember if it was Etsy or Amazon, but they're just like a terry cotton head and they can be washed and reused. And finally, the last thing we're going to do before we prep our fruit is wash out the sink really good. And I will also throw in one of these Lemon Shine disposal cleaners just to get it extra fresh. And then we can, get started with prepping our fruit. I'm so ready to be done cleaning at this point. And of course, just as I think I'm done, I find one more thing. I decided I should wipe off the utensil holders that sit next to my stove. They had gotten kind of greasy because I had cooked those black bean tacos and a few other things with, frying recently. So going ahead and getting those clean, and then we can really absolutely get started with our fruit. So for my fruit, I actually read recently that if you want to remove pesticides, you want to go alkaline instead of acidic. So I am washing them in a baking soda water, and that is why I am rinsing them really well afterwards, because unlike the vinegar, if you don't rinse the baking soda water off, it does have a flavor. So I'm rinsing them off really well, and then we'll wash the cherries and get started cutting up the cantaloupe and the watermelon. So I'm just putting these cherries whole in the container. My kids really think it's fun to eat the cherries with the pits inside of them, so I leave the pits in them because they're old enough that they're not going to choke on them. And I got these glass containers at IKEA. I really love the silicone suction tops. They're really great, and I also really love the cutting board tops. It makes it really easy when you want to just cut a little bit of fruit like these strawberries up without getting your whole big cutting board out. So I'm going to go ahead and start on this cantaloupe, and you can tell how tired I was because the first half of the cantaloupe I completely forgot to deseed it first, and it was so funny when I got halfway done cutting it and realized and was like, oh my gosh, now I have to try to scoop these out with a spoon individually. And you know, c'est la vie, we move on with our lives, right? It is what it is. I just had to laugh at myself. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and get this cantaloupe cut up, and then we'll start on the watermelon. For my watermelon, I like to cut it up a couple different ways. So I cut it up into small chunks for easy eating. That's the way I prefer to eat it. And then my kids like the slices, so I cut some slices for them. And then they also like to eat the slices frozen, so I cut up some slices and put them in the freezer. I don't have a very good big dish right now for freezing them, so I just used my baking pan and covered it in foil, but it worked perfectly fine. And if you've never tried frozen watermelon before, you definitely need to give it a try this summer. It is super delicious. Hey everyone, it's the next day. I didn't film last night because it was getting kind of dark and the lighting wasn't great. And I honestly had a couple of last minute things I had to finish this morning. So we are finally done. The kitchen is 95% clean, I would say. There's some deep cleaning I could still do, but we are definitely caught up from the disaster that it was. So thanks for sticking around. If you watched the whole video, I really appreciate you. And let's go ahead and see what it looks like now. So we got all the dishes done. Huzzah, so excited to have those done. The counter has just been cluttered with dishes for the last couple weeks, completely empty. And counters are wiped off, cupboards are clean. Just got everything done. I got the stove cleaned. the stains on my stove don't come off. If you've got tips, let me know for getting that staining off. I saw a video about getting in between this glass to clean it, and I need to try it. I haven't done it yet, so maybe I'll film that when I do it. This is what I mean by 95% clean. I definitely need to figure out how to clean between that glass. It's just all done and ready to start next week with a fresh, clean kitchen. That's my son, my littlest homeschool. We usually do it out here at the kitchen table, so we just leave it there. The cat's water bowl that you always hear dripping in the videos. I really love this thing. I just wish that the filters in it actually did something. There's filters for it, and they just really don't prevent it from getting gross. It has to be cleaned weekly, but my cats love it, and they drink a lot more water because of it, so I'm gonna keep it. I might look for a better one eventually, but for now it works. And that's Mittens. She just came out from eating her food. Hello, Mittens. She's being camera shy, apparently. And got the windows clean here. So yeah, that is everything. It was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it. And I'm sure it will get dirty again by tomorrow, but at least I know that it's been cleaned, and that even if it gets dirty, I can come back and clean it again. And that's the thing I try to remind myself of, is not getting overwhelmed when things get really messy, and reminding myself that a day's work is all it takes to get it clean again. So I hope this video offered you some motivation to clean up a space that you've been meaning to clean up in your home. And I was going to show you the no mow yard. I'll give you a little peek, but I think I'm gonna include it in my next video since this video is so long. But look forward to that next time. And until next time, you guys, peace.